There we go. We got
There we
bum
go.
rushed a little bit.
There we
We're in a hurry to get down to the stage. Come on down. Come on down. Come on down.
Let's go for another one. And
This will be
another one.
Number 160, if my math is right.
You said what?
This will be number 160.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
160. Swiftly.
160. Crew run. Your crew run. Coming to you live from the Sit Your Ass Down studios. Welcome to the Me and D
Pops and Son.
Podcast.
For that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass. FTA for that ass. If you see that
No.
anywhere, it's FTA for that ass.
FTA. Indeed. No Diddy.
No Diddy. Right. Today is January 17th, 2025. We thank you all for listening to us. Rest in peace to Uke. Baseball player, announcer, comedian, actor Bob Uecker passed away at the age of 90. Former Cardinal. He came to the Cardinals for a while in the early 60s, but longtime broadcaster for the Milwaukee Brewers. And I always say, if you make it to 90, I think you lived a pretty good life.
90's pretty solid.
Pretty solid. I think you've seen some things, probably done some things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think but Uke he was hilarious. He's
That's 3 lives.
Good person. You might remember him, D, from Major League. The broadcaster, just a little bit outside.
Okay. Yeah,
that's Uke. That's Bob Uecker.
Okay.
Yeah, just a little bit outside. Producer, director David Lynch passed away at the age of 79. All-star guard for the Supersonics, Gus Williams, big time player in the 70s.
Dang.
Outstanding. He passed away. And then musician Buck White. Not Buck Wheat.
Not Buck
White.
Not Buck Nasty.
Buck White.
Buck White.
Musician for the group The Whites.
Okay. So
that's the name of the group.
Okay.
Real. Can't make this stuff up.
No, he wasn't tan. He was Buck White. He wasn't too dark. He was too Buck White.
He wasn't Buck Black.
Right. He wasn't Buck Black. He was Buck White.
Buck White.
Dang.
But Buck White passed away.
And the group, the Whites only.
We'll move on to some birthdays, man. I got quite a few.
Okay. Hey.
January 19th, and we always do our birthdays and events for Sundays. Yesterday, we release our podcast each week. Born on this day, 1991, Tommy Fleetwood. British golfer, U.S. Open runner-up in 2018. 1974, Walter Jones, American football offensive tackle for the Seattle Seahawks, celebrates a birthday.
Walter Jones.
Tyrone Wheatley, NFL running back for the Giants. 1969, man, one of my favorite players, Junior Seau, Pro Football Hall of Fame linebacker.
Rest in peace to Junior Seau.
Rest in peace, Junior. Passed away in 2012, man. CTE got caught up with him. One of our homegrown talents, Al Joyner, Olympic gold triple jumper in 1984, born in East St. Louis, Illinois. O.J. Anderson played for the St. Louis Cardinals and the New York Giants. Picked up a Super Bowl title with the Giants. He celebrates a birthday. Steve DeBerg, quarterback for the Broncos, Chiefs, Bucks, and 49ers. He was on, I'm pretty sure he played for the Falcons at one time. He was a backup.
I have to look at it. He probably did.
For a quick minute. And speaking of the Falcons, former Bronco and Falcons coach Dan Reeves and the Giants. Forgot about the Giants. Dan Reeves celebrates a birthday. I forgot that he had passed away in 2021. Then born on this day, Canadian pro wrestler, WWE Hall of Famer Pat Patterson celebrates a birthday.
Pat Patterson.
And then Pat passed away in 2020.
Damn.
Okay.
Rest in peace, Pat.
But rest in peace, Pat, Dan, and anybody else in that mix that has passed away.
Yep.
Moving on to our history for the 19th of January in 2000, Michael Jeffrey Jordan returns to the NBA as part of the ownership group for the Washington Wizards. He was the president. He was owner and president of basketball operations. In
Okay.
2013, Lance Armstrong admits to doping in all 7 of his
Damn.
Tour de France victories. And I
All
remember
of
that
them?
day. All of them. He
All
used in
of them?
all of them. And he denied it for so long. And he created that Live Strong
Yep, the band anthem.
foundation
Yeah.
in cooperation with Nike and
Mm-hmm.
Dick Sports. And they raised a lot of money and because he fought cancer or battled
Mm-hmm.
cancer. And then come to find out he was a fraud all along. So that was pretty disheartening.
Damn, Lance.
Damn, Lance. You did it. You did it to us.
You did it. When it was nut checking time, he only had one. I go halfway.
In 2020, the AFC Championship was played in Kansas City. The Chiefs beat the Titans 35-24. And in the NFC Championship that day, 49ers beat Green Bay 37-20.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
In
2013, the 2012-2013 NHL season began after a 119-day lockout. I do remember that.
Yeah, okay.
And in 2002, the Tuck Rule game, AFC divisional playoff game with under 2 minutes to play.
What the Tuck?
New England Patriots trailed Oakland Raiders 13-10 in a driving snowstorm when a Tom Brady fumble was ruled as an incomplete pass, and they said it was called from that point on. The Tuck Rule.
He was tucking.
Patriots did go on to win 16-13. If I'm not positive, I think they went on to win the Super Bowl that year as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and then in 1996, the NHL Board of Governors approved the sale of the Winnipeg Jets, officially clearing the way for the team to move to Phoenix, Arizona in time for the 1996-97 season. Now that team has since moved to Utah. This was it.
Okay.
This was their first season, or they're playing their first season now. So that's a little bit of rest in peace, some birthdays and some events happened on January 19th.
119.
119. Our first topic of the night, D, since it's the next day, the CFP college football playoffs, the first national championship of its kind, will go down Monday, January 20th.
Man.
You got Ohio State.
Woo.
They're a 9.5-point favorite over Notre Dame. And my question to you, is that point spread too high or not enough?
I'm going to say it's too high.
I agree.
I think it's going to be a little bit closer game. But Ohio State's offense is really good. They got a lot of weapons on there.
Mm-hmm.
I can see Notre Dame combating that because they got some explosive plays too. They did. Man, yeah, they did put my dogs down.
Texas did a good job of keeping Ohio State in check for quite a bit of that game. And as you mentioned, their defense is good. I think their defense is a lot better than Texas's defense is and was.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm expecting a close game as well. The 9.5 is way too much.
That's a lot, man. Touchdown.
I say 6 points or less.
That's what I was saying. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be a lot closer game than that. But
like a 27-23, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Like I don't think it's gonna be. But
I don't see the blowout. They didn't, like I said, they didn't blow Texas out, and everybody's they're gonna boat race them. They're gonna put up a 40 burger on them.
No, not necessarily too. And then Notre Dame was in a good game against Penn State. Back and forth. They're both tested. But yeah, I think it's gonna be a lot closer game than 9.5 points or 9 points. What was it, 9.5?
9.5.
Yeah, I think
that's where it opened. I mean, obviously, probably as we get closer to game time.
In Ohio State,
a whole lot of faith.
Okay,
now who you got?
That's an even better question. Because I mean, off rip, I'm feeling Ohio State would win, but I'm rooting for Notre Dame.
Me too.
Tell you the truth,
I want Marcus Freeman to get this.
Marcus Freeman,
and then ride into the sunset and take that Chicago Bears job.
But Ryan Day, he needs this win bad. He needs this.
He definitely needs it.
He needs it for his reputation,
and he needs it for the $20 million in
the
name, image, and likeness money that they spent. You got a $20 million roster.
You better
need to do something with that.
Right.
You got to show some results with that. Because how are you going to be able to explain later in future years that money is justified when you couldn't do it
But you couldn't do nothing with it.
You couldn't do nothing with it. Why do we need to give you so much money? Maybe we cut that in half. Yeah.
Maybe spend
it's
it on
interesting
some
though that
books.
the donors had that kind of money, that they had that kind of faith in the team and wanting to put their resources into Ohio State, which, man, that's crazy. But
yeah, it's gonna be crazy.
I agree with you. My head says it's gonna be Ohio State. My heart wants it to be Notre Dame. I really would like for Notre Dame to get that win.
Yeah.
So we'll see how it all pans out.
I got no dog in the fight. I'm gonna be watching as strictly a sports fan, which is actually nice.
Yep.
I would love my team to be in
there.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna be sick the next day.
Right. Or just sitting on pins and needles the whole night.
Right.
While the game is going on. You can just actually enjoy it for what it's worth, for the pure sports value that it holds. I agree.
What you said.
All right, son, we'll stay with the college theme. Read a story yesterday that the Mizzou football team had to get an in-house loan because they overspent this past season by $15 million. Who's managing the money? How do you overspend by $15 million?
And on Chelsea Clinton.
What'd you spend it on? Seriously. You didn't beat Texas A&M. You didn't spend it on that game.
Who's spending? Who they asked the money from?
They got a loan from Mizzou, from their, I guess their curators. Yeah, it was an in-house loan that they.
You talking about some money? Yeah, sure. How much you need? 15. 1,500? No, 15.
You mean 15,000?
Yeah, we can do 15,000. 15 million. 15 million.
Right, and who do you go? How do you fix your mouth to ask for?
What y'all think? Y'all Ohio State? What you spending this on?
Right, $5 million more. You could have been Ohio State.
Right. I don't. On what players? How we overspend?
What did you do with it?
It's investment. It was an investment. I had a bet. I had a couple parlays that didn't go through. $15 million.
I'd have to research that one as one of the accountants.
Man,
I got to find out where that money went.
Yeah, right, $15 million. How do we just spend $15 million and on what?
Over the budget. Right.
Over the budget.
You got to have something to show for that, you would think. They didn't get into the playoffs,
That's what I'm saying.
And they're second tier in the SEC. They're not one of the top. How many teams is there now? I can't keep track. Is there 10 teams now?
Yeah, 10, 12.
10, 11, 12. I don't know. Anyway, they're not in the top. They're not in the top at all.
No, they're not in the top at all. And it's just like, yeah, who's the accountant on that one? Because he's like, a $15 million. He's driving a Bugatti. Wait, how much does Bugatti cost?
Right, but seriously, how do you overspend that by that much? And nobody's catching it though.
Right.
Yeah, like, hey, Eli, hey man, you're getting close to going over budget. You all might need to scale back on whatever you're thinking about buying.
Man,
is that some plane trips? I need to see some receipts. Right, seriously.
That's
I need
too much
to see
per
some
diem.
business expenses. I need to see that expense report.
$1,000 per diem.
Man, per player.
Per player, balling. you going, they eating good, then I'm chilling. Yeah, some ain't adding right.
Don't add up. I mean, that's just for this season. I mean, that's what you overspent.
He was supposed to be watching, that same person that was supposed to be watching Money was the same person that was supposed to put that check the fire hydrants. He jumping from job to job. He said, "Ooh, knew I forgot something."
Obviously, that person wasn't flying to and from LA.
Right. Hey.
He went to the wrong city.
Wrong spot.
He went to Louisiana.
Checking in that job.
Seriously, $15 million over budget. When I read that, I was just like, "You got to be kidding me! How does that happen?"
Yes.
And then Carson Beck. I know we talked about it kind of in passing, but Carson Beck to Miami for $4 million. The budget for Colorado's assistants is $5 million.
They break like that.
That's But no, but think
Dang.
about it. That's what Deion has to pay. That's the money he has to pay all of his assistants. Carson Beck's gonna get $4 million by himself.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying.
Leaving Georgia he's chasing the money.
But I'm still surprised that the assistants get paid them. That's not bad at all. And Colorado is beautiful. I would like to move to Colorado.
Man, I started watching that Coach Prime.
Colorado's beautiful.
And just some of the backdrops. I was like, damn.
It's so, man, just scenic. I thought I like the beach, warm weather and stuff like that, but mountains is not bad.
And then, have you watched it at all?
I think I watched the first episode
of season 3.
Season 3 of the new season. Yeah, I think I watched the first episode.
Did you see when they did the retreat?
Yep.
And then how the water was just, I'm like, oh man. And then
they're doing all types of
even
stuff.
The second one, when the young man was sitting there and he was saying he had some mental health issues, and he was sitting there on a park bench, but the little brook or creek that was, I'm like, man, that's pretty tight.
I'm sure that gets you right there. Up there. Right. That get your mind back right.
Right.
Some type of peace. But yeah, it's a nice, but yeah, the fact that he's getting to the bag, Carson Beck.
But that tells me he doesn't feel too confident in his NFL career right now.
Oh, no, I don't. Honestly, I didn't really think he was going to go high. I mean, I said 3rd round, but honestly, he wasn't really that good.
He wasn't impressive at all.
He has a strong arm, don't get me wrong, and he can run a little bit. Don't get me wrong.
His decision making was questionable.
We only lost 2 games, but like you said, the decision making and just some of the decisions as far as throwing into triple coverage just because you think you can get it there, that's not going to fare well.
You do have good arm strength.
Right, you're confident in your arm strength. Maybe you're a little bit too confident, but I mean, Miami got the bread.
Cam Ward, that's what they paid him this past season.
But I don't think he was good as Cam Ward.
Huh?
Carson Beck is not good as Cam Ward.
I don't think so.
Now, even though Georgia had better record, but Georgia has had a better overall team.
Mm-hmm.
As far as the player for player, QB for QB, I would have chose Cam Ward.
Right. And I'd be like, if we gave Cam 4, we'll give you 2.
2. That's what I'm saying.
2.5. 2.5. Nice. Right.
Extra 500. That's a lot of money.
He's not a $4 million player, especially like I said. Deion is for his whole crew of assistants. He's paying them $5 million. That's a lot of. You're talking probably 10 to 12 assistants. You got to think Warren Sapp is part of that crew. Pat Shermer, former.
Overall, $5 million.
Right, that's all he has to spend to pay all of them. Yeah,
okay. I was about to say, my bad. I'm thinking he's getting $5 million an assistant.
Right.
Yeah,
no. That's total. That's what I have collectively to spend on them.
Because I'm about to say they banking bread.
Well, Pat Shermer, I read, is getting $800. It's like right at $800, but he's a former NFL coach, head coach. I mean, he has that cachet. And there's another one of his coaches is making about $800,000, but then he's got to spread it out amongst the rest of them. Still good money.
I mean,
great money if you can get it
for real.
And while we're talking about Colorado, we'll move on to the NFL. Do you believe the hype that Deion Sanders is going to the Cowboys? Because to me, it's a smokescreen.
I mean, there was speculation way back when. I mean, as far as setting it up. Now, I don't know if Shedeur is going to get there, but I mean,
that's a roundabout way for him to get there, though.
It's a roundabout way. But as far as Deion getting there, I mean, I could see Deion being there, but I don't think he's going to. He's already made his footing in Colorado. Mm-hmm. He's already got specific coaches there.
He got players
there that specifically
that left their program to come to him,
to play for him, and he's. Right. I think he. I mean, you never know. Now, if they talking money talk. And that is prime time, and that is a human being. As far as, hey, money talk. I ain't got loyalty to nobody.
Right.
If that money, right. But no, let me not say that. But I can see it as a possibility. But I think it'd be more of just speculation, smoke and mirrors, if anything. He would have to uproot everything that he did in Colorado.
And they got a good thing going.
And they got a good thing going, especially in your second year. Now, they didn't really.
But you got them to 9 wins, though.
9 wins.
And you had a chance to get to your conference championship. You lost that game that would have gotten you
all
there.
The distractions. I think all the distractions with Travis Hunter and all the distractions with Shador, and I think they're already were looking to the pros. They played that game, but it wasn't a meaningful game, and I think they were already looking like, yeah, bro, like we finna go to the
We
league.
already know. Yeah, we
Yeah, we
already know
already
our
know.
next chapter. This
I'm
game
looking
doesn't
to the
mean a whole lot.
draft. Yep, I'm
Right.
looking for the draft. So, but I think it's more smoke and mirrors as far as Deion. It sounds good, and I can definitely see Deion being there because he would epitomize Dallas and the star. I think you said this before. I think he's better suited to craft young minds that will actually listen to him without you're dealing with some divas in the locker room, $1 million divas, and rightfully so. But those are grown A men. As soon as they not effing with you, out of there. Colorado, I think, regardless, unless you do something crazy to like something real outlandish, like 1,000 barrels of baby oil type stuff, I think regardless if you have a losing record next year, they still gonna keep you around just because of the money that you're drawing into that,
right?
All that money. So I think he's gonna stay where he's at.
I say it was a smokescreen by Jerry Jones for the simple fact that how he treated Mike McCarthy. Remember, that was the conversation earlier in the day. Then all of a sudden he's spoken to Deion, and that got everybody off topic of how he treated Mike McCarthy, and everybody was all of a sudden enthralled in the fact that, okay, Deion's coming. And the thing that triggered me and made me really know that Deion said that it's intriguing. Intriguing means you're thinking about it. Intriguing means, okay, I'm giving it some thought, and that might not be too bad. But if you wanted that, you'd be like, yeah, I'm seriously thinking about it. He would have just come out and said, I'm seriously considering taking this opportunity. I don't think it's the right time, just for the simple fact of what you said, that the players that he's invested in now that have left different programs to come play for him, I don't think he wants to leave those people high and dry.
Right.
Just to do this. And it's not a good situation, D. Their cap space with Dak's contract, CeeDee Lamb, got to re-sign or extend Micah Parsons. They don't have any talent either. That's the other thing. That's why they struggled when Dak went down. They have no talent.
Carry the load as far as
carry the load. They don't draft high up anymore. They don't trade up to get any good picks. The offensive line is horrible. It's just not a good football situation. For me to leave Boulder, Colorado, and all that I've established in the last 2 years, Dallas Cowboys aren't that
appealing,
that franchise.
Right.
They're not what you normally think of when you're thinking Dallas Cowboys. So I don't know, D. Like I said, I think it's smoke and mirrors. I don't see him going. I really feel it's going to be. I know they're supposed to interview Robert Saleh. They said that Jerry wants a coach that's already coached in the NFL. So someone who's he typically wants someone who's won a Super Bowl. Well, there's not that many folks out there right now.
You had
him. Yeah, you had that person. You got rid of him.
He won a Super
Bowl. That one of the breaking points for Mike McCarthy was he wanted Mike to hire his coach in waiting. So I'm gonna be mentoring someone to possibly take my job down the road, and that person, from what I understand, is Jason Witten. They say they really want Jason Witten to be their coach in the future.
That's what Dre said.
Yeah, he did say that. He was on that one.
Yeah, I guess he must have AM and PM. He'd be in the locker rooms in the in the laundry basket just waiting.
He comes up with some pretty good scoop. At the time, we're like, huh? Where'd you get that from? But
that's out of the next thing.
It's not too far fetched, but I know Robert Saleh was supposed to interview. I know they're also waiting for Kellen Moore to finish with the Eagles. However that turns out,
they're gonna bring him back.
So they're thinking about possibly bringing him back. But the move they should have made, if they wanted Dan Quinn, but they weren't ready to pull the trigger on Mike McCarthy last year. Now that man got away and he turned Washington around.
Man, imagine what he could have done.
They're in the playoffs. You're not. So you had your coach in your backyard, and you had Kellen Moore, 3-4 years prior to that. So
or at least could have kept him on there.
Could have kept him on the staff, and maybe you could have low key been grooming him. But anyway, We'll move on. The MVP Bowl, the game of the weekend in the divisional round. You got Lamar Jackson
Lamar.
versus Josh Allen. Ravens versus Bills. It's the must-see
Lamar.
game of the year. This might
Must
be
see game.
this game might be better than the Super Bowl.
I'm telling you, this is probably the Super Bowl. Like, as far as you got to be locked into this game.
Right.
I know anytime these teams match up, it's always a good game. But this has a little bit more. It has a little bit more riding on it as far as a potential one of these teams can take down KC if they can handle business against the Texans. This is a big game right here. Two young, hungry quarterbacks, two teams that are trying to fight to get to that. Who can beat KC?
Knock them out, right?
Who can knock KC out? So, like you said, this is a game of week, a lot of storyline, but it's gonna be a good game. Got to be locked in and tuned in.
This is for both of their legacies.
Yeah,
because one of them may knock out Patrick Mahomes while the other will just, you got to wait till next year to try all over again.
Over again. So
this isn't even the AFC Championship. So there's a lot riding on this game. I plan to be tuned into this from the opening kickoff, maybe the national anthem. I mean, make sure I don't miss anything. Seriously, this is must-see TV.
It is.
I know we both chose the Ravens on.
Purple and black.
On
Ravens
Monday night wrap-up show, but
Lamar.
I would not be shocked if that man Josh Allen does something crazy.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be shocked if the Bills win. I mean, Bills they're a good squad. They're led by Josh Allen, who's gonna put the team on his back and who's been balling this year. He's putting up some high numbers, some high-scoring games. So I think it's gonna be one of them ones where it's gonna have to. If Ravens can play their game, slow it down, be methodical, dirty up the game a little bit to where it's a little bit more physical, I think the advantage goes to them. But if they try to get into a shootout, it's going to favor Buffalo because I think Josh Allen he's a gunslinger. He likes that fast-paced tempo and really upbeat. Let's get the ball going. But especially in Buffalo,
and it's supposed to be snow on the ground.
I wouldn't be surprised if Buffalo win, but of course I chose the Ravens. Lamar, King Henry, come on now. This is what you got.
This is what they got you for.
That's what they got you for.
They got you for this, and if you make it to the next round, the next game, that's what they got you for.
It's
man.
King Henry train. Like,
yep.
If he don't, I'm talking about 25 carries, 30.
15 carries won't do it.
It's not gonna. It's not
gonna do it. You got to do like that first game where he dominated the Bills earlier in the season. I think they said that was week 4, if I remember right.
Dominated
Sunday night game. I think it's gonna be a lot closer than that ball game was. I don't expect a blowout by either one of these two teams. But that is the must-see game of the year. Moving on to a little bit of MLB conversation.
Oh, we got some MLB conversation?
Yes, sir, because we got the Hall of Fame 2025 class to be announced on Tuesday, the 21st. Now, last year, Billy Wagner got 73.8% of the vote. Andrew Jones got 61.6%, and Carlos Beltran got 57.1%. Now, to be elected, you have to get 75%. So it looks like Billy Wagner will be a shoo-in this year. Andrew is going to be close. I think he can get there. Yeah, I used to love to see Andrew Jones play in Atlanta. And then first ballot, this is their first year on the ballot. You got Ichiro Suzuki and CC Sabathia. I see both of those two getting in. So that's why I say it may be hard for Beltran to get there. May be tough for Andrew, but Billy Wagner seems like by him being that close last year, they'll go ahead and push him over the hump this year.
Yeah,
so
try to get him in there, especially like you said, because he was so close.
Yeah, but we'll follow up next week to talk about who actually got in. But yeah, I'm excited about that. I'd really like to see Andrew Jones for all the seasons he had in Atlanta. They were stellar.
Come on now. Yeah, good seasons.
I'd like to see him go ahead and get in. Moving on to the NBA. Don't know if you saw it last night, D, but the rematch of the two best teams in each conference. You had Cleveland taking on OKC.
Okay.
Last week they played and Cleveland won. This week they played and OKC won. They
Ooh.
crushed them 134-114. I'm starting to get into the NBA a little bit more now that
Yep.
the
Football
football
slowing
is starting
down.
to wind down. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, SGA, or Sugar, put up 40
Who call
points.
him? Who call him Sugar?
SGA. That'd be his nickname. SGA, Sugar.
Sugar.
Sugar Shea.
Sugar
Sugar
Shea.
Shea Gilgeous
Sugar Shea
Alexander put up
Gilgeous
a
Alexander.
40 piece on him. And Darius
Damn.
Garland led the Cavs with 20 points.
A
Yeah.
40 piece? Oh yeah.
They put up 40
He be
piece on
scoring
him.
though. Hey, yeah, that's not super. He be hooping for real.
Hey, and
These past couple of years, he's been
we'll get
hooping.
into the MVP nominees or the leaders a little bit later, but yeah, D, these are your top two teams. I didn't think either one of them would be. I thought
Right.
Boston was, when the season started, it looked like Boston was really going to be the team to beat. OKC was right there last year, where they were second, third, if I remember right. They finished. So it's not
second.
surprising. With Chet Holmgren being out, I just didn't think they had the firepower. But they're a good team. And that's another squad that was just like we talked about last week with Cleveland. Drafted well, made the right moves, got a young team, hungry team, and they're slowly but surely maturing, playing better together. They're going to be a force. I mean, Boston might not be the odd-on favorite to get back to the finals now.
Right, yeah. To pick back what you said, they got all those picks from Russ and KD and Harden and trading some of those players away. And then when they went through those struggle times when they didn't have anybody, but I mean, it took just consistency, drafting well, and now they have a team that's young that you're able to fluctuate the contracts as far as the money, and a team with chemistry as well. So yeah, it's just the same type of recipe for like Cleveland. Just two young, hungry teams with chemistry that if you can keep them together, you got something special for the next upcoming years. But I mean, I think Boston still might be that championship hangover is real.
Real, man.
So long. The last season spills into the next season because you play in for so long, and then also for players like Drew Holiday and Tatum, they did the Olympics, so you really didn't even get no rest, especially now that you're a champion. From the parade to all the media now you get a lot more exposure. You're going to a lot more entertainment. Going to this, you're going to there.
Different celebrations with the trophy.
Different celebrations with the trophy. It's literally a blur. The next thing was like, oh, season started. Like,
I didn't even get a chance to rest. Yeah,
didn't even get a chance to blink. So yeah, they're still in that mode, but I don't think they're going to be. You never know. They hung around. I don't think they're a clear favorite anymore, but of course they're going to still be good. But you got some people who have the ability to beat you when it comes down to that time.
Right. Totally agree. Will this be a lost season for Joel Embiid? I don't know if you saw, but he's suffering with his knee again. He's missed 6 straight games. He missed 26 games already this season. His numbers are down. When he does play, his numbers are way down.
The numbers are down.
And his contract is about to, I think he's going to be 55, 60 something million.
The numbers are way down.
I don't know what's going on with Mr. Embiid. I mean, 2 years ago, he was the MVP.
I mean, before that, he's always had just trouble staying healthy. I know this because through fantasy, when I've drafted him before and he's been injured a lot, other players in the league have drafted him and they had no luck with him. Then sort of he's been staying healthier, kind of changed his diet. And when he does play, you see he's on that MVP level. But I think, frankly, he played too much basketball. I think is a player that would benefit off of
having a vacation.
What's management? What's it called?
Load management.
Load management. Because as far as being a 7-footer, the wear and tear on his joints, he needs to take some joint health, some vitamin D
cream.
Yeah, just something like that, because his bone structure and the amount of games that he's playing is not compatible to his structure. So yeah, I don't know. It might be a wrap. I mean, it's still earlier on, but especially if you're already having so many injuries and it's already tough for you to play in the lineup now.
Just get back on the court.
To get back on the court, you might need to as far as by the time you can actually get on the court, it'd probably be too late because The team's going to be struggling without you. PG, they can hold it down, but the main reason what the X factor would be you there healthy. With you not there, they can only do so much.
Happy there, and I'm thinking part of it is because Embiid's not there. It's not the team that he envisioned.
That's what
playing on.
Exactly. He came there thinking like, oh, I'm here to because he's coming down towards the end of his career.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm not saying he can't still play, but you start seeing like, okay, I'm segueing more into retirement.
On the back end of my career.
On the back end of my career, and at this point, he wants a championship. He wants to experience a championship. He feels like he can still play, but it's just not happening. He's not with the where he's at now in his career. He's still a solid player, but with the injuries and just where he's at, he's not the type to take on a full team on his back.
He's not the dynamic player anymore.
Yeah, he's a great supporter. He definitely can probably get you 30 some type of night, whatever time he wants to, but yeah, it's not.
Doesn't look good, does it?
It's not looking good. Really not looking good for you, boy. Good thing you got the podcast.
Exactly. And this segment's called Did You See It? More NBA.
Now, did you see it?
Did you see it? Ja Morant slam over Victor Wembanyama.
Yo, I did see it.
Did you see it?
Nah, did you see it? Nah, I saw the replay, but damn.
What would he make you? What would, as my dad used to say, your grandfather, what would possess you to think you could do that?
Man.
I mean, he just kept rising and rising, and he just tomahawked old boy.
Tomahawk, cause I mean, and he put it was perfect placement as well. He got it right between the arms, right on his head. That was.
It's a shame that the play didn't count, but it still counted because we saw it.
Damn shame, but that's what Josh just had to remind us real quick. That's what he does, and then, I mean,
he still has that capability.
Definitely still has that capability for sure. I hope he does all the rest that he got. You weren't injured, so all the games you weren't playing. I hope you still got the bounce. You should be well rested. But the Grizzlies are in a good.
Just great for playoff time.
But you see how with him on the court, they're an entirely different team. They got good role pieces, but he is the focal point. He's the driving force for that team and that offense. If he's up, he's ready to go. If he's playing, that team rises to the occasion. When he's gone, you really ain't. You ain't got no hope. But man, that was a body.
That was man. I don't think I've seen a slam that hard in quite a while. And then for him to be slamming on someone 7'4", 7'5",
right? Because Wemby will get you. He'll get them blocks.
He had 8 blocks in the shot.
Man,
I'm
telling you,
he had 8
he's a shot blocker. He's a shot blocker.
He's averaging like 4 to 5 shot blocks per game.
Posterizing.
So he got posterized. I'm like, man, for him to even attempt to do it though is what got me.
Yeah, the audacity.
And he went way back with it. It's like, damn.
Audacity.
It's like he's been thinking about this. Like, man, if I play against him and I get a breakaway.
He didn't even hesitate. There wasn't no fear.
No fear whatsoever.
It's like you said, it's like he played it out in his head. He said, if I get to the lane and he's under that basket, I'm poking on him.
Pause.
Pause.
I'm poking him hard.
I'm teabagging him. Pause.
But man, that was yamming on slam. That's one of the prettiest ones I've seen in a while.
That was good, Josh. That was right now. Dunk of the year. Dunk of the year so far.
So far, I agree. And then speaking of the Grizzlies, and we'll just do it in reverse order, our NBA rankings, they are number 5 this week. Houston is 4. Boston is 3. OKC is 2. And then the Cavs are number 1. But I got a feeling after last night's game, they're going to flip-flop again. I think those two teams, the Cavs and the Thunder, are going to go back and forth all year. And then the Kia MVP Award, we got the top 5 and the next 5, and I guess this is how they rank them. So Shai Gilgeous is on top.
Okay.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on top at number 1. Nikola Jokic at 2. Giannis has been hanging on to 3. He's been holding on to that spot. Giannis Antetokounmpo. A new entry into the top 5D, Karl Anthony Towns for the Knicks is number 4.
That trade actually worked out for the Knicks.
It definitely benefited the Knicks. I'm not seeing so much
I think
from
it hurt.
Minnesota.
It hurt because I mean,
I
real
really
quick,
didn't think Towns is that player. I didn't think his impact would be this
that.
impactful.
But I guess just in that system and that they play, it probably favors them. But I mean, looking back, it did make. I guess at the time, it did make sense from a chemistry standpoint because of just how they were all playing together. As far as DiVincenzo and Randall, you thought when Randall
The
got back, they were going to
Villanova
get it.
connection.
But if you do look at it, they were just playing small ball. They didn't really have a force inside. Randall's more of a forward, almost like a.
And he was
I mean,
always injured, seemed
yeah,
like.
but he was always injured too. But that worked out for the Knicks, though. Yep, I'm not
Yep.
surprised.
And
Kind of
Victor
surprised.
Wembanyama is number 5. The next 6, or the next 5, as you say, I'm looking at it wrong. The next 5, number 6, is Jason Tatum. He dropped out of the top 5. Donovan Mitchell is 7th. Alperen Sengun, that's the guy from Houston. He's number 8. Alperen. Cade Cunningham for the Detroit Pistons is number 9. And then AD still there, but he dropped a little bit. He's number 10. Anthony Davis for the Lakers. So. That's our NBA conversation.
Nice. Got some hoopers right there.
Got some hoopers, and like I said, we'll be talking more and more
some
hoops
basketball
because football is starting to dwindle down.
Yeah, so basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court.
That's that Curtis Blow.
That's Curtis Blow.
A little something on the side. We talked about it last week.
On the side.
The TGL, Tomorrow's Golf League, the Tiger Effect. Oh, we got some excess product placement.
Your podcasters are powered
by
excess.
There you go. The Tiger Woods effect is still real. Tiger Woods made his debut this past Tuesday, and his team of Max Homa, Kevin Kisner, they got waxed by Justin Rose and Colin Morikawa and Sahith Theegala. But the simulated match D drew 1 million viewers.
That's crazy.
For a simulated golf match, it drew 1 million viewers, and they said they purposely held Tiger out for the second week just to see, okay, let's get a baseline number for week 1.
And then shoot it up.
Yeah, and then shoot it up in week 2. Even though they got waxed, it was entertaining. But one thing I did figure out about it's too long. Because by it being simulated, they probably could pare it down to like an hour and some change. It's 2 hours, 2 hours plus.
Damn. Yeah, that's too long.
That's way too long.
That's way too long.
So I think if they pare it down to like 9 holes and keep it right around an hour, maybe an hour and a half, and there just needs to be more interaction between everybody's mic'd up, but golfers really don't talk a whole lot.
Yeah, because they're used to not talking. It's like
they're
almost
a
respect thing.
So
You're not supposed to talk. They're
going to have to get some banner going back and forth.
Entertainment. You got to get a little bit more entertainment.
Have
something
more
like
entertainment. But the concept, everybody agrees the concept is outstanding. And it's got legs. It can grow.
Right.
You have to just tweak it a little bit.
Right.
But like I said, the Tiger effect, it's real, D. It is real.
Yeah, I mean Tiger Woods, y'all.
Tiger Woods, y'all. All right, it's time for that juicy news. I'm gonna get a little juice with some excess. Let's see.
Some excess flowing. Product placement. Yeah. That's that nice mango pineapple.
That's my favorite. The cranberry grape is good too.
Hit your boy up for the link.
There you go. Get at him.
Get at me.
So it's time for that juicy news. Because if you don't know, now you know. Young brother, young sister, young player, Dwight Howard, P. Diddy,
with the baby oil,
Porter family. Cheetah. Juicy news. If you don't know, now you know.
Man, for that juicy news, because if you don't know, now you know. So former WNBA star Liz Cambage, you heard about her? Apparently she's found another entire revenue, a way to generate revenue. So the star player, a former star player of the Las Vegas Aces and the Los Angeles Sparks, has made more money in her first week of OnlyFans.
Oh wow!
Than she did in their entire career at the WNBA.
And
so
what's her name again, D?
Liz Cambage, 6'9", center, drafted in 2011, and she played to about 2021. Very tall. She actually had a record with, I forgot what game it was. She had like 53 points in a game in like 2018, and she actually was running
I remember hearing about it.
Hold on. Let me pull up her OnlyFans. No, I'm just
I don't even know what she looks like.
Let's see. Let's see. Very tall.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's very, not ugly.
She's very tall though. 6'9". Talking about. But let me see some of her stats.
Have a figure about how much she's estimated?
Yep. So estimated. So in her first week, she made $1.5 million.
Damn.
She said at the peak of her career, she was making a little bit over $221,000 in the WNBA. So she
seasons did she play?
From 2011 to 2021, on and off. So she at least made $1 million over that span, but in her first week made 1.5.
Damn. What's the
So she's getting to the bag.
You had to give OnlyFans a cut of that, or
I think as far as you pay, I think it's like a monthly deal. Yeah, like a membership, pretty much like if you have a Patreon or
right.
Yeah, you pay for
Venmo,
you pay to get your account set up. Maybe it's like $5. I don't know what it is, some certain amount a month. But
wow,
if you generating that type of money, you ain't even worry about it.
Ball again.
So what the story is one, the fact that a lot of other women in the industry, like a female professional industry. I know there's a former UFC fighter who made more money with OnlyFans, and then there's a sports.
I know who you're talking about.
You know who I'm talking about? I'm blanking on her name, and also there was not a race car driver, but she did racing. She has made more money in OnlyFans too as well. So it shows a lot of the women's sports nowadays. I mean, you see WNBA players playing overseas. Brittany Griner played overseas, and a lot of these other players, because the WNBA is they're not paying their players. One, it doesn't generate a lot, to be granted. So it's just like what the money that we are making is, you got to disperse
the teams
it.
But are taking that to the bank, yeah.
But yeah, it's showing. But she got her bag. But yeah, people are talking about one, that the pay rate in the WNBA is very low. The fact that she can go, you can damn near be a doctor and be making more. But the fact that, and also in her first week, that she hit the bank like that. So shout out to Liz Cambage, man. Go ahead and do your thing.
Nice, Liz. Congratulations.
Ain't gonna knock the hustle.
I'm not mad at her about it. She found
at 1.5. 1.5?
Right, that's pretty damn good. I got one real quick. I don't know if you saw this one, where Method Man of Wu-Tang Clan, aka Clifford Smith, beat up his daughter's ex-boyfriend at a Crunch Fitness this week in Staten Island.
Yeah, I ain't messing with Method Man. You ain't see it.
Method Man's pretty yoked up.
Yo, he got in the gym and got serious.
Yeah, he got real serious.
He got real serious in the gym.
I don't know what old boy did to his daughter, but he jacked him up.
But I'm telling you, hey, as well as he should, especially if he was being out of pocket. I don't know the age of the daughter, and I ain't gonna say,
the dude is 28. That he.
Okay, yeah. So he good, yeah. I was making sure Buddy wasn't like 14 or like.
No. This
was
28.
Actually like. Yeah, okay, yeah. Right, so, I mean, if he was being disrespectful, that's a grown-ass man. I think
he must have ran. He didn't expect to see him. Oh, hey, Mr. Smith.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream get the... He started dollar bill, yo.
They punched him like 7-8 times in the face.
I ain't messing with Method Man because
he put them hands on him.
From New York, too, but he's not, bro, on site. Definition on site.
Yeah, that was one of them ones. Old boy probably like, huh? He's here.
Right. He's like, bro, you see me on TV now, but who I used to, like, man. You don't know who I used to be, especially about his daughter. And you, yeah.
And ain't no telling what the dude did, but he got the royal beat down.
Bro, he got the royal beat down. Wu-Tang beat down.
Wu-Tang beat down. Yes, man. Sir. So yeah, I saw that, but I thought that was funny.
That's
so I'm
funny.
to bring
Dang,
that one.
Method Man. Yeah.
Don't mess with the
note to self. Don't be messing with Method Man, daughter. Shoot. Don't do her wrong.
Exactly.
Daddy
all right, son. You. It's time for our pops, flops, and props.
Pops, flops, and props.
Pops, flops, and props. Who you popping tonight?
Pops is gonna be UFC is back. UFC 311 is back. Miociv, and Miokona. If I butcher those names, I'm sorry. It's for the lightweight. Yeah, UFC 311 for the lightweight division, and that's gonna be a real star-studded event. Also, there's gonna be a bantamweight. That's the co-main event. That's a championship fight as well. So, UFC is back for the year. They got 2 championship fights going down on Saturday.
All right, my pop is to the college football playoffs are offering us some exciting football. Let's not expand it though past the 12 teams.
Let's not.
Let's keep it right where it is, please. And thank you. Flop. Who you flopping tonight?
Flops was actually going to go to the performance of Jordan Love and the Packers. The 3 interceptions. He had 212 yards, 3 interceptions, but I thought they were going to put a little bit better effort against the Eagles. I had the Eagles winning, but that was a flop. I thought it was going to be a little bit better of a game, especially with the performance of Jordan Love. Not to be harsh on you, brother, but yeah, it was a flop performance.
All right, my flop's going to go to Tiger Woods and the Jupiter Florida Lynx team for getting crushed. Tiger didn't play well. No one particularly on his team played well, and I was just disappointed. I still like the concept. I still think it's going to do big things, but yeah, Tiger, you only got to get a lot better. Got to get better. Who you propping? Tonight?
Props is going to go to Ja Morant on that dunk on Wemby. I was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, it was well placed.
NBA, and you need dunks like that to keep NBA live and direct and get you something to talk about, because those are the highlight moments that really, as far as like for the NBA to kind of just keep them excited, to keep NBA, because y'all know the viewership has been going down, so they need something to get that bounce back. So you need posters, you need all those just to keep the excitement.
Get that excitement, keep us coming back. My props gonna go to 49ers George Kittle alongside Minnesota Vikings running back Aaron Jones and LA Chargers defensive end Morgan Fox. They are the finalists for the 14th annual Salute to Service Award presented by USAA. So congratulations to those 3 players for being finalists in that. All right, son, and now it's that time for us to tell someone to sit your ass down.
Man,
sit your ass down. Please. And thank you. Please and thank you. Who you telling? We're polite.
My sit your ass down is going to go to the Vikings, man. The Vikings for going 14-4 and losing in the first round against the LA Rams, man. A wasted season, pretty much. You did all that in the regular season just to lose in the first round. So you pretty much could. It was all for naught. You wasted everyone's time who was a Vikings fan, and it was smoke and mirrors. Sam Darnold was dawdling towards the end of the season.
Hey
Darnold. But and the Rams got hot at the right time. They met the right ones. I mean, we had the Rams winning, and we just seen this coming because we really didn't believe it, because we were like, okay, when the pressure is on, can he really get it done? And we're not. No, he's good enough to win you some games and get you there as long as the team plays around you. But he's not. I wouldn't put the game in his hands. As far as if I need a game-winning drive or we need to come back from this. He's not the one. He maybe in the future, but right now, and what we seeing, he's not the one. So Vikings, sit your ass down.
Sit down. All right, son. This happened up in Connecticut, and I have to use the words "the victim" because they never said the person's name, he or she. So to the victim for thinking he or she was made of steel, they got into a verbal altercation at a youth basketball game with Brian Baez Rivera. Baez Rivera was leaving the game, and The victim walked out in front of him thinking that Baez Rivera was going to stop. They got popped up over the hood, over the back of the car.
Damn.
They did go to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries.
Ooh.
But man, sit your ass down. When did you become a car? When did you become a truck?
Thought you was indestructible.
And they were running after him. So he's leaving. He's going around, and the video is funny as hell because he's leaving. The person's running across the parking lot. Boom. And sit your ass down.
That was all stupid instinct.
Who gets into it that seriously at a girls' youth basketball game? It got so heated. I'm going to follow you out to the parking lot, and I'm going to stop you, damn it. Car or no car. Boom. Ah.
Boom. Ah.
Sit your ass down.
Sit your ass down.
Whoever the victim is, like I said, they wouldn't say whether it was a male or female, and they never gave a name, but they just said
that's
the
all
victim.
bad.
But that's all bad. Sit your ass down.
Not that serious.
All right, son, man, good stuff. We had a few little technical difficulties, but I know it all turned out good in the end. And don't forget about that merch. This is fresh off the. It's that navy blue.
That's that navy blue.
Yes, sir.
I got that red.
That red is tight too.
That red be popping. You know what I'm saying? In the Lou, you know what I'm saying, where we reside. Go ahead.
Where we reside, where we do this, and we are powered by Excess.
And we are powered by Excess.
Yeah, make sure you hit your boy up for that link.
Go ahead now, come on, just positive energy, non-jittery, just smooth, natural energy throughout the day.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna have you all crashing and shaking and stuff like. If you're looking for that crackhead stuff, go get some crack. This is not for you. This is for you. Yeah. Productive energy throughout the day.
There you go. All right.
Excess.
Good stuff, son. Well, we thank you all so much for listening to the Me and D
Pops and Son
podcast.
For that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass.
No Diddy.
No Diddy. D, man. Tell him.
Man, but until next time, I'ma holla. Doses.